place, you hit the New York Times Square. That must have been a nice viewing.
A childhood dream that came true with that.
How much of a difference have you seen actually start?
I just mentioned our offer and any signal that I have detected, the
About
reason
that
why
person.
I'm reaching out.
Yeah. Javaria, thank you for jumping on. How are you going today?
I'm good. What about you, Weber?
Fabulous. Thank you for joining us. I know, elephant in the room. Congratulations again for all the achievements you've had. You're all over the place. You hit the New York Times Square. That must have been a nice viewing.
It was actually a childhood dream that came true with that. So
If I were to be a person who has to work with you as a client, what are the things you're doing? What are the things you're doing right now for servicing your clients that you feel like is bringing the results that they are looking for?
So to answer all your questions, like in a sequence, I would start with the usage of AI. I think AI has been the talk of the town since 2023.
Yeah.
When ChatGPT came in and the chat model was there, people were using it somehow, somewhat. But then I think Clay changed it with Clayagent a lot because everyone has started
Yeah.
connecting their API in Clay and started using it for personalization, for research and whatnot. But I think the dynamics have shifted really fast in the last 2 years from the chat window to Claude Code and everyone using the terminal. I think people are getting more comfortable with using your AI in the terminal itself. So we have been using a lot of those. We were using a lot of Clayagent for like literally all our Clay workflows had Clayagent for one reason or another. But now we are using Claude Code heavily for a lot of different things. So how we service our clients is that we don't have one thing that we try to fit for everyone. We have custom ideas, custom research projects that we do for each client because right now we are not kind of restricting ourselves to any specific niche or industry. We are working with a bunch to test what we can do for each niche, and we are trying to build case studies and all of that.
Okay.
So when we service more clients, we know what works, what doesn't work.
Okay.
So previously I was heavily focused on only tech companies,
Okay.
but lately I have been experimenting with other industries as well, and
Okay.
so far so good. It's the same.
Same. Okay. Okay. Fair. Fair take. Now I want to roll into a particular thing that you said off camera. Is your, as you refer to the 3 evolution framework. What is this mystical thing?
It's not mystical. I actually wanted to talk about that in the last 3 years, there has been like 3 shifts that we have experienced. The first shift was when Clay came into the picture and it felt like a magical spreadsheet. And GTM was equal to Clay.
Yep. Yep.
So there wasn't anything else. There weren't like anything else. I think that people were doing with anything else.
Yep.
We were all using Clay. But then N10 came in and it became
Yep.
all the hype in 2025. And we all started like setting up AI agents in N10. And I had been setting up like, I remember a bunch of AI agents to find different signals for different companies. Or maybe helping me find specific signals or the best signals out of 100 maybe. So there were different workflows that we were doing with N10. And then the shift finally happened again and Claude Code came in the picture.
Yeah.
Now, it's not about that what you should use and what you should leave behind. The idea is to use everything as an integration,
Okay.
as a connected system, because there are some things that stand out about Clay. There are some things that are good about N10, and then obviously Claude Code has its own perks and stuff. So yeah, that's what it is exactly
I
about.
see. If you are doing outbound for a customer, or you're doing outbound for yourself, where does content play its value? And do you think people can still close deals without having an online presence? That might be a very cliched answer. I mean, a very, rhetorical question to ask. But maybe, I know content makes a big difference. But how much of a difference have you seen actually start to make?
It makes a lot of difference, honestly. Because, see, like if you are running outbound for a company that doesn't have any sort of social media presence or online presence or any case studies online or anything about them, the person, if they like the offer, what would they do next? Before they even answer you, they will look out that who is this person? What does this company do? Who does they work with? And if they find nothing on internet, they will be like, they might be shady.
Yeah.
This seems shady.
Yeah.
So most of the times when I'm working with my clients, we work on their website redevelopment as well. We try to evaluate everything, and then they get this idea themselves. Like I don't have to tell them that, hey, you need to do this. When we are going through things, they are like, hey, do you think it is important? Or I think I don't have this. I think I should have it.
Mhm.
So this is the sort of conversation we have with our clients. It's kind of like we are working with them
Mhm.
as this is our business and we are talking about these things. So in that way, clients actually appreciated us as well, because they are like, okay, I'm getting to think about this thing because
Other
I'm
things as well.
talking to you about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then online presence plays a very important role, like in my company as well. So most of the time when I'm sending outbound, I recently started sending outbound for myself. I don't mention a lot about me.
Yeah, yeah.
I just mention our offer and any signal that I have detected, the
About
reason
that
why
person.
I'm reaching
Yeah,
out to
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
So we get responses sometimes just because of our research. So I ran a campaign quite recently, and all I had was I did research about their ICP and I sent this email to someone, and the response that I received from that email was, "How did you
Did you know?
exactly know that what my ICP is?" So I was like, I did the research about you. I had a research agent go on your website, find out everything about you. The client signed in a week.
Nice.
So that was good. Another campaign I ran, I had only like maybe 250 to 300 leads in that campaign. It
Okay.
was very
Niche
specific,
campaign. Yeah.
very specific people. And I got 4 or 5 positive responses from that campaign alone, because it was talking about the thing that they are facing right now. And then the offer that we are giving them is something that's like,
Very unique.
just like Alex says, that your offer should be so good that they feel stupid saying no to.
Interesting. And if I were to go ahead and ask you in terms of the stack that you see changing in this new age that we're moving toward, are you focusing purely on a cloud code type approach? Or maybe let's just dive a little bit into your list building stack.
Mhm.
Like, what are you using to currently create list structures? Is it all Clay? Are you feeding something into Clay? Are you feeding something, or is Clay your central source? How are you actually managing your mailboxes? Let's just jump into that.
So all our mailboxes are from Zapmail.
Okay, nice.
We use Zapmail for that. Other than that, for like when we are using Claude Code and
Yeah.
when we are using Clay, most of our list building is still in Clay, because
Okay.
it's like easier to look at what you have, iterate over it, and everything.
Okay.
But we do use Claude Code as well.
Okay.
Sometimes when you like, I have my data provider's API key connected in my Claude
Okay.
Code setup.
Okay.
And if I need something done really fast, I have created these list building skills. And then I just give it the task that go ahead, I need these titles, this sort of companies, this employee range, these are the filters. Go ahead and find it, use FrostPO, then maybe use Lead Magic for email validation. If you didn't find anything, then go ahead and use something else. So I have provided like 4 to 10 different API keys.
The full waterfall structure.
Yeah, the whole waterfall structure. But again, at times we use Clay, at times we use Plot Code. The other uses that we are using Plot Code for is building scrapers. So if there is any sort of data that we need that is not provided by like any data provider, the best thing that you can do is build your own scrapers. So I think Cloud Code has made it really easy, because I used to write these Python scripts myself 2 years back. But now I don't have to. I just, like, even if I'm doing something else, I just keep on running my Cloud Code session and it gets the job done. And the best part is then you can create your own API key, add it in Clay, and you have the data. So it saves you, a lot of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess to conclude, the one question I'm trying to ask over here or get out of it, maybe 2 questions. One,
Okay.
what's a controversial take that you believe in that other people clearly disagree with you?
I don't think so. I have any controversial
Takes. So you agree generally with the market with respect to how offers operate with respect to list building, campaign structures, and so on and so forth.
It varies for every client. Like for some clients, there is this approach that's like easily accepted in the market, that you write shorter copies. And shorter copies have worked like wonders for me and are still working wonders for some clients. But for some clients, if the message is not clear in those 2 sentences that you are sending, that won't make sense. So I think it is different. One idea doesn't fit, I think, all the businesses. Every business is different. So the approach with every business needs to be different in my experience. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. And if I were to ask you closing remarks in terms of one thing that you think is a very common mistake with everyone, because you're creating an automation person, what's the one thing people are doing that's going to take them longer to figure things out, that they should probably just stop doing that?
I think people are not playing around and experimenting enough.
Okay.
That's the problem, because we are in the era where there is nothing set in stones. There is no clear, like, do this and do that and do that. There is nothing like that. There isn't a logic like that. You have to try maybe 10 different things
Experiment,
to
yeah.
find what works, and different things again work for different people. So I think what people are missing out on, and I understand it gets overwhelming. It gets overwhelming for me as well, that there is a new thing every day, but you have to, just have some time of your day
Yeah.
that is dedicated to experimentation. The more you experiment, you fail fast, you learn fast, and then you
Eventually get there.
find
Yeah.
something that's
Fair enough.
working.
Nice. Well, Jaria, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here, and I'm very excited to see how you approach 2026.
All right. Thank you so much, Viva.